Hello. Finally, it stopped working. The dog didn't bark. I'm Jamie with Tru-Knit. My husband Jeff's working the camera today, and this is Tru-Knit TV. And we are going to use this beautiful color mast, which was designed by Dave Holster. It was printed by and made and assembled by Christina Saldana. And we are going to set it up and assemble it. It comes with a little adapter and 2 cones. And what you do is you attach the adapter to your drill, and you can make your little cone of yarn. I taped my yarn to the cone. Let's see. Make a little cone of yarn. I think that'll be enough. Now I just have to take it off of here, which is as simple as unscrewing the wing nut. You don't want to lose your wing nut. And it goes right there on the cone. Now I'm going to just put that back on there and set this aside so that all my parts are ready for the next time I use it. Maybe. It's on there crooked, but it's not going to fall off. Alrighty. Now, this one is a shorter version, and it works on the Legare 447 and the Chambord, and it comes with a little attachment. This is what the Universal Mast looks like, and what differs is where you put it into the machine, and that sits down into the rubber bracket, and then this sits on top of it. Okay, the yarn feeds through just like a mast, and you want to hold tension on it. Okay, so there's my yarn. It's ready to go. And let's just do a row of knitting. And let's say we want to start with the yellow yarn at needle number 1. Okay, so I'm going to stop when needle number 60 has knitted, where the latch has closed. Okay, now I have to get my silver bullet out of the way. I don't have to, but I like to do that, first of all, so you guys can see, and second of all, so I don't forget, I just take it off. Alright, so the first yarn that's going to knit, actually I want to do a row of yellow, so I'm just going to put the yarn in here. And now I am knitting 1 needle at a time. And on this operation, I can work ahead. But not too far ahead, or I'll start dropping stitches and then I have to start all the way over. Now, I think a cup cozy is a great way to start this project because, first of all, you only need 1. And a cup cozy is about 100 rows. So I started with 30 rows. Okay, now, the thing that you're going to have to remember is that your secondary yarn goes behind, and your primary yarn, which is the blue in this case, goes in front. Now I have 3 more needles, and the primary yarn goes in front, and let's do an every other row. So we're going to do blue on that needle, yellow on that needle, and blue on that needle. Now, I don't want to work ahead because that yarn, if it gets in the other, if the other yarn gets in the needle, it'll show. So I want to go every other, and I'm just working 1 needle at a time. Now, it works like this on all machines. If you have a non-slotted yarn carrier, you might want to... Now, you can see that I have a little bit of slack in my yarn, so I'm just going to pull back right here. Okay? I got to get the blue yarn in there. Yellow yarn. Blue yarn. Yellow yarn. The blue, the primary, always goes in front, but did you see it'll try, the opposite yarn will try to get in that hook, so you don't want to work ahead, especially on the primary color. Just going to work this one needle at a time. I'm not gonna lie, I saw this motif on a project and I thought it looked really good. Now, when you're working, now see that yellow yarn got in there. When you're working color work, you'll need to do patterns that are divisible by the number of needles in your cylinder. Like if you are working a 5 needle pattern, okay, I got it backwards. That goes, this should go behind, but this time it's going to be in front. Then we're going to put this one in front. Now, you get a lot faster at this with practice. I know, I always tell you that, but it's just darn true. Okay, pick up my slack. I like it when it's right here in front of me. That's what makes the lamb and the Dean and Bean handy. Because it's easiest to see when it's right in front of you. But most of us do not have that luxury. So we just have to practice doing it all the way around the cylinder. Whoops. That one closed, so I'll go ahead and tuck the yarn in there. And basically, it's a yarn holder, right? Oops, that's 2. And my last one is going to be blue. Whoops. The blue one in there, and let's do another yellow row. I like the solid color rows, rounds. Whoopsie. Jeff, are you getting this? Because I'm making a lot of almost mistakes that are going to happen.
There's a lot of block shots.
There's a lot of block shots, sorry. Uh-oh. that one, let's see. This one didn't knit, had a little drop stitch action. So I'm holding it with my red pick. Now I'm going to knit it with a spare cylinder needle. How about those apples? There we go. Whoops, did you see what I just tried to do? I was getting ahead of myself. Okay. Then we're back to the beginning already. We're going to do a blue row. If at any time the yarn falls under the latch, you're going to drop a stitch. Now, it is not absolutely necessary to have a Colorwork Mast to do color work. But boy, does it make the job much easier. So there we have a blue row. Now, we're going to cut, and then I'll show everybody what it looks like once we get it off the machine.